Regardless of whether you've chosen to use the slideshow or proofing Highslide modes, this next control group for Highslide Captions is going to be of great importance for the overall look and presentation of information in your slideshow. For this demonstration, I've gone ahead and switched back to the slideshow Highslide mode, just so that we can block out the grid while we're looking at the image, and it makes things easier to see, especially in this web video. So many of the controls for the Highslide Captions control group are actually duplicate from what we saw up here in the slideshow control group and the proofing mode control group. And the reason they're duplicated here is simply for convenience, so that you have all the relevant controls for your captions close at hand for making changes. So we have color pickers for the image border caption background and also for the caption text. And then we supplement those with additional image or color pickers for hyperlinks in captions, which at the moment we don't have any, but we'll return to this in a later video to take a look at those. We have font size sliders for the individually for the heading and the caption. The heading is going to be this text that appears at the top of the image, and the caption is the text that appears at the bottom. Now you can set the source for that text as any piece of metadata you like by scrolling down to the image info control pane and locating the image heading and image caption. With these enabled, you can then make a choice. Right now, by default, we use the title for the heading and we use caption for caption. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and choose to edit this, and you could put in any other metadata you want, whether that's axis information or IPTC data. For now, we're going to leave those at the default title and caption, and head back on up to our Highslide Captions control group. So if we wanted to increase the font size of those headings, we can do that using this slider. Maybe I'll set that to 16. And then we can also increase the size of the caption font using a separate slider. So I'm going to set the caption slightly smaller at 14 pixels. We can also adjust the padding of the captions, which will basically affect the negative space above and below those lines of text. So you can give your captions and headings a bit of breathing room. As usual, you can adjust the font families, and again, this is repeated in behavior from font controls elsewhere in the web engine. And then we have some individual controls for the heading and caption. Say, for example, that you want to use a caption, but you don't want to display headings. You can go ahead and turn the heading off. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn those back on for the purposes of this demonstration, but likewise you can disable the caption if you so choose. We then have for each just some additional appearance choices. So we can change the font weight to either normal or bold. You can choose to use text transform on that text. So say for example you wanted your heading to appear in all capital letters. You could set that to uppercase, and it will transform the case of your letters accordingly. You can then also change the alignment individually for the heading and caption. So you could have a centered caption and a right aligned heading, or you could set the heading to the center and the caption to justify. So you've got a lot of control over the appearance of your headings and captions using the Highslide Captions control group.